Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Morningstar and Jocelyn. Thanks for joining us. You guys were so early today, doing all the chat. We have pre-beginning chat.
Oh, we're here
Just
early.
Hmm?
I'm here early.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear about your progress, Jocelyn. It sounds really positive. Morningstar, no. Out. No, you may not be here. Out. I know, but we're on YouTube and you're naked, so get out. Out. Oh my goodness. If I just blink off the screen, it's because my 4-year-old can't keep his pants on.
Literally. Morningstar, why are you rewriting it? Is it just regular edits, or are you changing something major about it that requires a rewrite? You said this on previous streams. I apologize because I must have missed it. Suck from the naked toddler. How are you doing?
Huh?
I said, aside from the naked toddler, how's it going over there?
Yeah, good. He's been really good today because I haven't let him come up and play with me at all or watch his stuff on my screen, which I normally do. I've been working all day.
Yeah.
And he's been a bit grumpy about that, but he has been really good at letting me get on with my work. Because Daddy's off work this week, so Daddy's been downstairs. So I haven't just abandoned my children to their own devices or anything. Yeah. But it's really hot here, so they've had the paddling pool out. So, of course, they both got soaking wet. And while the eldest went and got changed and put clean clothes back on, the youngest just went naked. And
that is apparently what my sister used to do as well as a child, where she was just like, clothes are overrated.
It's true. I mean, it's entirely fair, but not when I'm on YouTube.
Okay. So we're not doing this today, Oliver. Come here. Meanwhile, my fur children get off the desk. It's just everyone stop. Thank you.
I was
money on expensive cat beds that no one uses. But here we are.
I was trying to weigh one of my cats today so I could give him the right flea stuff. Mm-hmm. And he did not grasp the concept of sitting on the cat scales. So in the end, I had to go and get the bathroom scales, weigh myself, then weigh myself holding him, and then do math.
Yes, that is always how I've had to do it too.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that Oliver and either of them would stand there. And Chase doesn't like to be held, so usually end up battle scarred with that one.
Yeah.
Please get off of the desk. Get off.
The puppy was really good. He got on the scales. He sat. He was beautifully well behaved for that whole 3 seconds.
That's so nice.
I don't know, right?
The cat, though.
What are you working on today, then, Megan?
Well, I am drafting my current work in progress.
So. Which number are you on now?
3.
You're on 3. I haven't even read 1 yet.
No, you have not. What?
I feel like I'm way behind on this series.
I just haven't sent it to anyone yet because I'm way ahead of the series.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Because I wrote the first one in 4 weeks and the second one in 3.
So we're aiming for 2 with this one, right?
I don't think that will happen. I think I'm already at like 1 week, 1 week plus ish. actually think I might be at like right at 1 week yesterday. So that won't happen because that won't happen because I'm only at like 22,000 words or something like that. I'm sorry, 23,500 words. So I'm only about a third of the way through where I probably will be. So see.
Yeah.
This is the series set in Sicily, so I keep calling it the Sicilian series.
Seems like a good name.
Yeah. The series has a name. I just haven't said it out loud to the internet yet, so I'm not going to say it here.
Fair enough.
It is set in Sicily, so which has required a lot of research actually to make sure that things make sense in Italy and not the way that they would make sense here if it was in America. So
Yeah. Wow. Shall we begin our first sprint? Because my house sounds like it's about to be quite noisy because the kids are going to go to bed. So time for me to mute.
Okay.
Okay. We will see you all back here in 20 minutes then. Good luck. welcome back. How did you all get on?
I did not get many words done because I got 147 words because I had to Google how to make this pasta dish.
Well, the research, it has to happen at some point.
Yeah.
I got 290 words.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. How about you, Jessica Morningstar? How did you get on?
These people in this book just keep changing the game on me. I literally had to replot. Like I had to completely change my idea. Like for the main sort of action plot in the story because of a development that they handed me.
Oh
And
my
I
goodness.
tried to make the development go away so I could get back to my original idea. And they were just kind of like, nope, this is how it is now. You should just like, oh, okay, great. Thanks, guys. So, you know, characters doing what they want to do.
That's rude.
That happens to other people, though, right?
Hmm?
That happens to other people, doesn't it?
It does. It happens to lots and lots of writers.
Oh, okay. Your characters make executive decisions for you, and you just sort of have to go with the flow.
It doesn't tend to happen to me so far. But then when other authors are like, my characters just take over and do what they want, I'm like, maybe I'm just not a real author because my characters don't do that. So.
And I think there's lots of different types of authors. My characters absolutely do that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Just wake up one day, or I will literally finish writing a chapter, and I'm like, wait, that's not what I told you guys to do when we started. What happened? They confessed that they were both still in love with each other in chapter 11, and I finished writing the chapter, and I was going back and reading it, and I was like, hang on. This was supposed to wait for another 10 chapters. Why is this happening here?
Guys, you're rushing it. My goodness.
They don't listen to me. They're not listening. No one's listening to me. So.
You just get to scribe what they say.
I guess. And then we were supposed to just wake up and have a conversation, and that's not what they did in this chapter either. Oh, okay. Well, great. So this chapter is about to be a lot longer than I was expecting. The heat level of firm 1 star. Is that the right term?
I don't think they use stars for heat levels. They're normally the little things.
Peppers.
Yes.
I've seen 3 pepper scales and I've seen 5 pepper scales. 5 is probably the more normal sort of one. 1 star might just be making out and heavy petting on the page.
What is it if it's just a clean romance?
I don't think it gets peppers if it's a clean.
Not peppers for you at all.
Well, I mean, there's something spicy happening. What? He doesn't need peppers. Fade to black. Yeah, that might be. Fade to black might be. If there's kissing on the page and you know they're going to have sex but you're not watching anything, I think that would probably be 1 pepper. Maybe. I don't know. I've never written anything below a 3, so I'm not really sure what happens down there. And now I think I'm edging closer to 4 and 5. So, wait, what did Jocelyn say? Because I don't have YouTube pulled up.
Oh, sorry.
I met my mutineer MC's dad. At least it was a character I didn't know was his dad until this weekend. See? It's not just me. I'm glad everyone else gets surprised too. They're like, whoa, where did you come from? I was just telling Allie over the weekend, I just sort of unknowingly planted a seed for myself in book 1 of this new series that will spin off an entirely different series in a different city. and I didn't know why I had planted that seed or really what the seed was going to do. And then yesterday in book 3, I was like, oh, that's what that seed is. And now I know how the first book in the next series I'm writing is going to start. So it's just like, all right, whatever. These things happen to me all the time. So it's fine.
Your subconscious going ahead of your conscious.
Yeah, something.
Your characters develop eating habits. See, I did have plot changes in my last book. Like, stuff happened that I hadn't plotted. But that was more because I went, wait, I haven't got enough paranormal stuff. Let's try some more paranormal stuff. And then that kind of
explained. And then it took over.
Yeah. It didn't feel like it was the characters doing it, though. More that it was the plot doing it. Can the plot have a life of its own?
I guess. I don't know. It doesn't happen to me that way. It's always the characters doing things I didn't want them to. No. He's saying no watching nudity without descriptions. Yeah, I guess some people will probably read that one, Pepper. If there's like because clean romance, although is Fade to Black considered clean? I don't think it is.
It really depends how puritanical you get on the clean.
I guess that's true.
Like, some clean has kissing, some clean just nothing.
You look demonic because you're staring at the birds with your gray eyes. Okay, stop. Your predator eyes. You're gonna like it.
If he starts doing the little chirpy noises, that's just adorable.
He does not do the chirpy noises. I don't think I've ever heard him make those, which is disappointing for me.
Yeah, I love those noises.
Yeah, he's not a chirper. He will meow, but he's not no. Constant disappointment, aren't you, Oliver? What was I gonna say? I forgot. Me too. And my husband doesn't say that because I don't have a husband. And I'm always like, what did I say the other day? I was like, oh, I'm like almost 20,000 words into this book and no one has died. Well, I mean, people have died, but not on the page. They died like years ago in the run of the story. So,
I mean, they were quite like big, sad deaths, though.
That's true. I did make myself cry writing about them, but we haven't killed anyone on the page yet. I never had too many.
I haven't killed anyone all series yet.
I feel like you should step this up because
someone's going to die either at the beginning of this one or the end of next one.
Wait, haven't you already written the beginning?
No, either the end of this one or the beginning of the next one. Someone's going to.
All right, I'll wait. Now I want to know who, but don't tell me.
Oh, it'll just be a random death at this point.
Fine. My mom finished my second book, and she was like, "Who else?" She was not pleased about any of the deaths in the first or the second book. And she was like, "Who else? You better tell me." I was like, "I'm not telling you, but also, who knows? No one's safe."
Including you.
Right. Yes. Hopefully she doesn't have enough self-awareness to realize that, but it's fine. But yeah, no one is safe. I had somebody tell that to me. She's like, it's not like getting engaged or being married keep you safe in your books. And I was like, if it makes you feel better, I will never kill a main character in their book or beyond, ever.
Did you ever read Piers Anthony books?
No.
One of his series, The Magic of Xanth. One of the books in that series particularly was very much based on the concept of nothing truly bad happens to main characters. Like, bad stuff happens, but they're not going to die. So one of his characters spent the whole book trying to attain main character status so that she'd get her happy ever after and nothing truly bad would happen.
She wouldn't die.
Yeah.
See? There you go. Exactly. Yes, I will. That's why we were talking about the next gen spinoff that I want to do one day. And I was like, no one's dying. Everyone will be fine. I will make it work because I'm not killing off my beloved Declan. It's not happening. He will be very alive.
Live forever.
Absolutely. So.
Yeah, I reckon you'd have to go at least 4 generations before you'd be prepared to say, okay, 120 is probably his limit.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Now he's dead. It doesn't matter. Yeah, absolutely. So.
Wow. Shall we head into our second sprint?
I'm ready for it.
Excellent. Let us do it then. I will see you all back here in 20 minutes.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. How did you get on that time?
I'm here.
Yay! How did you do?
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out where I was before because I did not write it down. So
I got 338 that time.
nice.
Hmm.
Okay, hold on. Here we are. I found it. Good for me. I got 507.
Yay! Good job.
Thanks. Because I had to finish watching how you make cacio e pepe. Surprisingly easy. Just 3 ingredients.
Excellent. I find a lot of recipes that say just 3 ingredients. One of those ingredients is like a mix of 6,000 other ingredients, but you just buy it ready mixed off the shelf or something. I'm like, I feel like that shouldn't count as actually just 3 ingredients.
I always hate those when they don't count salt or pepper as an ingredient. It's like those are ingredients. Just because you have them in your pantry most of the time doesn't mean it's not an ingredient. So this is a 5 ingredient dish. But this one really is just 3 ingredients. They don't even add salt to it. It's just pepper. It's pepper, pasta, and pecorino cheese. And that's it.
Sounds nice.
Well,
Sounds much like what my child lives on.
Yeah.
Cheesy pasta.
You basically make it a certain way so that you use like the pasta water and the cheese to make like a cream sauce.
Yeah.
Similar to how you do with Alfredo, like traditional Italian Alfredo, which does not have cream in it, even though the rest of the Western world makes it with cream for some reason. It's literally just butter and pasta water and cheese. So.
I just looked around for your cat, expecting to see him over my shoulder because he was right there.
I don't understand. Well, I need you to lay down or you're going to have to go away. Because you disturbed your brother and now he's up walking around. And that's going to be irritating for me. It's fine. My children are being irritating today. I'm not human, so they can't understand me when I say that, which is nice. So, how far along are you in your second book?
I'm on page 39. I'm at 13,500 words and chapter 4. Whether that's still chapter 4 when I read back through it is another matter. But
do you plot? I can't believe I've never asked you this. Do you plot? When you plot, what do you do? Because I know you do some plotting, don't you, or no?
Yeah, I think I've got a sheet that's got like 10 plot points on it, so I try and do those 10 plot points. And then I mostly ignore it and just write.
You don't even hit the plot points once you write them down?
I mean, I hit most of them, I think, but it's more a case of I write them down so I know what they are in my head, and then I don't generally look back at it too much until I get further on, and then I look back at it and go, oh, that's what I was supposed to do.
That doesn't seem very helpful.
That means I've got a rough idea of where the story ought to be heading.
But not if you don't follow it. You're just making it up as you go along.
I like making it up as I go along.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I personally, if I was going to do that, I wouldn't bother writing anything down.
Well, I like to write it down so that if I completely forget about it, I can go and look back. But as long as I think I know where I'm going, I probably won't bother. And then occasionally I completely forget and I go and look back and I'm like, oh, I'd forgotten like 6 chapters ago that I was going to do that. Never mind. Yeah, you put him in the crate. Okay. Yeah.
As long as it works for you.
So far, to some extent.
You did say you're thinking about finishing the entire series before you publish any of them, right?
Yes. Yes. I mean, that seems like a good idea to me, because then if things change later on, I can go back and change them, which you can't really do after you've published.
Yes, there was something I wanted to change in book 3 of the Callahan series, and I couldn't because book 1 was already published, and I was like, dang. I was doing like line edits or something of last month, I guess. I was like, oh, I want to change that, and I was like, wait, I can't because I mentioned it in book 1, and book 2, which are both already out, so I have to just suck it up and leave it there. It wasn't like a big deal. Not like.
But now I want to know what it was you wanted to change.
I'd have to go look it up. It was like somebody's eye color or hair color or car or something. It was like a very insignificant detail.
Yeah.
I wanted to change it, and I couldn't because I'd already mentioned it, and it wasn't worth it to like go back through and write a whole paragraph explaining how the thing changed just so I could do it. So I was like, I'll just leave it. It's fine. Yeah, it was very inconsequential. I did also last minute change the name of one of her brothers because I wanted to use that name. So she had a brother whose name was Matteo, but I wanted to use the name Matteo for this new series set in Sicily. So I went back and I changed her brother's name to, I think, Nico or something.
Okay.
I thought that was funny. I was like, I'm just gonna pluck this out of here because if you've ever written, well, I don't think anybody in this chat writes mafia romance, but Italian like boys' names, you run out of good ones really quickly. There aren't that many of them. It's like Enzo, Giovanni, Giuseppe, maybe, even though that one's a little bit weird. Nico, Matteo, Luca, like Domenico. These are all names that I've used. But you run out of them pretty fast, and then you're left with like Fabrizio and Nunzio and what was another one? There was another one I found, and I was like, yeah, we're not using that one. But yeah, you run out of them pretty quick, and you're left with like Roberto, just not a sexy name.
It's tricky. Names are annoying.
They behave because they have freedom, or they misbehave because they're definitely misbehaving, not listening. I'm like a planter. I don't know. Do I count as a plotter? I don't plot the whole way through. I plot about 10,000 words at a time.
But you plot before you write it, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I definitely say you are some kind of plotter.
Yeah.
More on the plotter than the pantser.
I always say planter, like a hybrid, just because I can't plot the whole book, because as we see, things will change and then I'll get irritated.
Yeah.
It'll feel like a waste of time to me to plot an entire book. And then, see, that's what you should do. Just use this family tree. But these names, you get into them and you're just kind of like, I have a link. Because, every once in a while, yeah, I have an Antonio. I do. Somebody's brother's name is Antonio. But I just basically, at some point, I just sort of stopped picking names. Or if someone died, I was like, I'll just give you a name that's like not that great because I only have to mention it once or twice. I can't remember, but there was a guy who dies in the second book, and I gave him just like a really, really random throwaway name that's not cute, but he's dead, so R.I.P. Sorry, bud. Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe that is why they behave, because there's no script. They're always doing what they want because there's no set path for them to follow. That's a good point.
Yeah.
If you try to wrangle them, they might not listen.
Maybe that's why my ending wasn't so good. Because I was trying to make them do what I wanted by that point, and they're like, I don't want.
I didn't think your ending was bad.
Did you not?
No, I would have told you. Did I tell you it was bad?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I didn't. If it was bad, I would have been like, oh, maybe try this instead. But I don't think I did that.
See, I've forgotten. Yay!
I think the ending of it was a proposal.
Yeah.
Which you could have skipped for me. It was like an epilogue.
Yeah.
You could have skipped for me and I still would have liked it, but
I'm probably going to change that anyway because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something that led into book 2 more.
Is Marianne a big character in book 2?
No.
Secondary character? What?
She's a little bit character in book 2.
But she's on the page.
Yeah, she's part of the main friendship group of like four women. So
yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
We have one more sprint, right?
Yes, we have one more sprint. Shall we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. We will see you in 20 minutes. Good luck. Welcome back. Hi, Barry. Thanks for joining us. Sorry, it was only the last sprint. That sounds nice, Morning Star. How did you get on that time, Megan?
That's such a good question. I have no idea. Let me see if I can figure it out.
I got 394 that time.
I really should write this down. Hold on. What did I say I got last time? 500 something?
Oh, I cannot help you there. Remembering my own is tricky enough. 5 something, yeah, it was like 507.
So we'll say 415.
Nice. I got 1,022 for the whole of the evening.
Nice. Did you say 4,022?
1,000.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got around the same 1,000 something. So that's great.
Yeah.
I don't know how this ends. Also, I'm sort of making this up as I go along because I don't really know what I'm talking about here. My original, well, it's actually good that the characters maybe changed the plot because my original plot didn't actually, like, it was technically possible, but it wasn't very probable that it would happen the way I was expecting it to.
Okay.
We had to sit down and have a conversation with like a broker, like a stock market broker.
Yeah.
My plan would work. And technically, this might kind of work, but also very rare that you'd be able to pull this off without getting caught by the authorities who monitor for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess it was good that I had to change the plot, but now I'm like, do all of these words make sense? Like, is this going to make logical sense to people, or is it just going to sound weird and convoluted? So I'm going to have to go back and read it and make sure that it makes sense.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. It's just one thing. It's really difficult to Google how to manipulate the stock market. Oh, I really have to be careful what I Google, and I'm just never careful. I'm always Googling really crazy things that are going to get me on a watch list for sure.
I think it'll be fine. I think the problem is if you're actually doing something bad, so you're just all your Googles are on that one thing. Whereas
that's true.
I think in general,
Google like how to poison someone and then your wife ends up dead. Like,
yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah,
I haven't done anything like that yet.
I think generally just the Google searches, considering all over the place, I think it is quite clear whether someone is in fact just writing about stuff or actually trying to do it.
Well, that's like my novella idea because I talk about Jeff so much now. I'm like, I should just write a book about him. And it's like you research things for your book and you write a book about it and then you murder somebody the same way. Just off the hook. Although, didn't an author do that recently?
Yeah.
She did that and then she like murdered her husband or something.
Yeah, she wrote a book about how to murder your husband and then murdered her husband.
See, that's a little too on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the jury thought because she was convicted of it.
Yeah. So that was a little too much, but I'm glad no one can see you do that.
Special treats just for you.
He has these adorable like birthmarks on his tongue. And I've had him for 13 years and I've yet to be able to like take a picture of them. You don't see them when he yawns, obviously. They're so cute.
I've heard about that one, Morning Star.
Wait, I haven't heard about that one either.
It's a movie too.
What? How have I never seen this?
Don't know.
Wait, this isn't the Chris Watts one, is it? I don't think his parents helped him with that.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, but that's fiction, right? Right? Oh. I haven't, I know they made it into a movie. I haven't read the book because the author is, I've heard they're problematic and I don't want to give them my money, but I've heard the movie's good.
Google says no, Where the Crawdads Sing is not inspired by or based on a true story. There's no evidence to suggest that a woman living in the marshes of North Carolina in the 60s stood trial for murder. However, legal issues from Owen's past can suggest she's drawing from lived experience.
Oh, interesting.
That's a brief Google, though, so.
Is Owen the author?
Owen's the author of the novel, yeah, Delia Owens.
Yeah, she's, yeah. Yeah. I've heard the movie is good though, but yes, it is drawing quite a bit of controversy that I've seen too. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm literally just reading the wiki about it.
I know the premise is she's accused of murder, but I don't know who she's accused of murdering, and I don't know if it's a romance, so I don't know if they get their happily ever after or not. Or she like goes to jail or something. So I don't know what kind of book it is. Like what genre.
Sounds like a sad one so far.
Well, romances can be sad. People die. Apparently, it has a twisty ending, so it might be technically a thriller with romantic elements. Have you read it, Morningstar? Or seen the movie? It's got a pretty high rating on Goodreads, which is not bad.
Oh, the end, according to Wikipedia, does not suggest that it's a true story. But
I mean, I don't think the author necessarily meant it to be based on a true story. I think the controversy is that it's very similar to a true story, so people are assuming either the author lied or it's just a very eerie coincidence. I just have heard things about the author himself being problematic, so I've chosen not to read it.
Fair enough. Oh. Okay, so going back to what we were originally. Okay, so the author, her stepson was accused of shooting a poacher in Zambia. And her husband and the stepson are still wanted in Zambia for questioning about it. So what Morningstar said originally.
Yes.
So it wasn't the book wasn't about the murder.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Well, that was a fun little rabbit hole.
And down we go.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for sprinting. While I remember, we are not here on Saturday because I'm camping and Z is going to be busy with her mama and her aunts. So we will not be here Saturday. Everybody have a lovely week, and I will be back on Tuesday next week for more sprints.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you so much for joining me. I love when you come and chat with me. Have a great week, everyone.
You too.
Bye-bye.